Optimal living, living optimally.
Welcome to Optimal Living Starts Here. I am Versandra Kennebrew, your host. And for this inaugural episode of Optimal Living Starts Here, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce myself. And I brought you right here into my wonderful, I guess it's a healing space that I want to call this, because I wanted to really get you to know me a little bit better. And I am hoping that after you watch this episode, that you will allow me to get to know you better. And the way that you do that is at the bottom of the YouTube channel in which you're probably watching. You can make a comment and you can say things that you enjoy about the show, and make sure you share it with others. And if you happen to be watching us live on channel 7, we hope that you will tell a friend about Beam and what we are doing here to empower our community to live more healthy, happy lives. And that is what Optimal Living is all about. We are going to be sharing through future episodes experts that are going to come and talk to you about living your best life. And it is a new year and a new you that you should be definitely looking forward to. And our experts are going to help you to live optimally in 2022. Let's begin by giving you a little bit of backstory. How did I get here to Beam TV? Well, let me just tell you that I have been in the holistic health and wellness industry for over 20 years. I started off just getting to know aromatherapy, plants, herbs, and trees, and how they support our well-being as human beings. You know that we are one with nature, and the things that nature brings to us can help us to live optimally. That is a fact. After I learned a little bit about aromatherapy and opened my very first aromatherapy shop in Washington, D.C., in that Maryland, D.C. area, I got really intrigued about massage therapy. And so then in 1999, I decided to go to massage therapy school in Detroit, Michigan, and I became a myomassologist. And that's all about muscles and massage working hand in hand to support your well-being and your optimal living. That introduced me to the whole world of holistic therapies. Some people call them complementary and alternative medicine. Other people are now calling it integrative nutrition or integrative medicine. And what that really means, all of those fancy titles just means that these are practices that are outside of the traditional healthcare system that you may be familiar with, i.e. going to the doctor's office. And it doesn't mean that there's not a place for going to the doctor's office. That's where you go to get a prognosis. That's where you go to get a checkup, a full checkup, to determine how well your body is functioning at any point in time. You want to get a real doctor to do that. If you break your arm, you better go to a real doctor. If you find that you are not breathing well because you are just finding your lungs are struggling, you better go to a doctor. But if you are looking for preventive care, if you are looking for ways to assist you so that you won't have to go into the emergency room for a condition that may be a lifestyle illness, then you want to come to someone that has an expertise in self-care or in preventive care. So that's where I come in. I'm also an integrative nutrition health coach, and I studied at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. So that should be enough to let you know that I know what I'm talking about when it comes down to your body and to the foods that you eat and those type of things. But I'm going to go a little bit deeper. because I've also had the opportunity to study as a metaphysician. And that has really assisted me with bringing all of the physical part together with the spiritual part of who you are, and knowing that you are all of that. You are more than just a physical body. And so it allows me to really go deep with my clients and support them on their journey to optimal living. But I'm going to tell you something. Why did I go down this rabbit hole of holistic wellness? I'm going to tell you why today. And I might not have said this so clearly in other opportunities that I've had to speak about this. I've written 6 books so far, so I am an author. But I want to tell you, our listeners here today, that this is all about mental health and well-being for me. You see, I was born in a mental institution in 1964. And back during those days, people were doing all kinds of therapies, unconventional and conventional. Literally, they were testing human beings to find out the best ways to deal with mental illness. And so my mom had a mental breakdown when she was pregnant with me. And so there I was, born in this institution. And so you might say, well, what does that have to do with where you are now? Well, if you know yourself, then you know that your childhood has a big deal to do with how you develop as an adult. And so if you're ever wondering why you do things the way that you do, you have to go back to your childhood. You got to go back to where it all began. And so that's what I did. I needed to understand, why was I dealing with life the way that I was? I was very angry. And although I had a smile on my face because I was also a very spiritual person, I was raised in a church and I knew that God was good and I knew that life was good somehow, no matter what it looked like. I had a lot of anger inside of me built up because my mom was taken away from me at a young age. My dad was not there for me, present, because we did not live in the same household. And my grandmother struggled so hard to raise me. So with that being said, I just want you to know that I'm not someone who just decided, hey, I'm going to read a book or I'm going to go to school and study some things, and then I'm going to go around telling other people how to do this. I'm telling you my backstory to let you know that I am no different from the thousands of clients that I have worked with over the years that came to me because they were stressed out of this world. They were not sleeping at night. They may have been having a hard time going to work every day and completing their assignments. And many of them were having a hard time just getting out of the bed every day due to depression and anxiety and those type of things. So I'm saying to you that I've been there, I've done that, I've studied ways to break through those challenges, and I understand. So that's where I am today, and I want to share with you over the next however many episodes this wonderful Being TV will allow me to offer. I want to share with you how I made it through some of the darkest days of my life and how I have become a beacon of light in the community. People come to me not just because they think I know more than they do, because they enjoy being in my presence. I'm a happy person and I enjoy life, and I want to share that with you as we move through An Optimal Living Starts Here. So let us begin. Our episode today is going to take you into the Optimal Living grand opening. And this is where we are today. Optimal Living Day was a day that was stamped. There was actually a stamp by the mayor of Columbus, Georgia on that day, December 1st, Optimal Living Day. And that day was a tribute to the work that not only I have been doing in this community to transform lives, but my community partners that I work alongside. And so today you're going to hear from some of those community partners. You're going to hear the resolution, the proclamation that was written by the city council and the mayor of Columbus, Georgia. And you're going to get some greater insight about what optimal living is all about and what we are going to be able to provide for our community in Phoenix City, Alabama, in Columbus, Georgia, and surrounding areas. I'm so grateful that each and every one of you guys came out to celebrate this special day, and it is Optimal Living Day. Can you believe that? We literally have a proclamation that says so. And I am going to do something special and off the cuff because people know I do this kind of stuff. But I'm going to ask one of our community partners, and that is the famous Tony Calloway. He's the money man. Listen, every business needs money, right? Need finances. So Tony Calloway is the CEO and founder of this amazing organization called Private Money Syndicate. And I would like to ask that he read this proclamation for us.
It would be my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony.
Thank you, Ms. Sandra. All right, starting at the top, Columbus, Georgia, first consolidated government in Georgia. And here's the proclamation. Whereas optimal living is a daily practice of being the best version of ourselves, and whereas Optimal Living Education and Retreats, LLC, is a woman-owned small business offering holistic lifestyle classes such as yoga, meditation, nutrition, mindfulness, and journal writing for enhanced health and well-being. And whereas on May 7, 2020, Optimal Living Education and Retreats, LLC, was founded in Columbus, Georgia to support active duty military personnel, veterans, and their families in living more healthy, happy lives through education, innovation, and collaboration. And whereas Optimal Living Education and Retreats, LLC, has impacted the lives of thousands, bringing awareness to the benefits of holistic lifestyle practices for children, women, men, and seniors by sponsoring community events such as Life is Better on Betting, Veterans Family Retreat, and Vet Fest Extreme. And whereas the mental health and physical health of our local heroes and their families are equally important to their overall quality of life. And whereas Optimal Living Education and Retreats, LLC, Art of Yoga, Columbus, Breathe Holistic Health and Wellness Spa, Georgia Vet Fest, and other community partners will collaborate to celebrate a renewed commitment to educating our community about the importance of self-care, wellness, education, and communing with nature for optimal health and optimal performance. Now, therefore, I, B.H. Skip Henderson III, Mayor of Columbus, Georgia, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, December 1st, 2021 as Optimal Living Day, in witness whereof I hereunto set my hand and cause the official seal of Columbus, Georgia to be affixed this first day of December 2021, signed Honorable B.H. Skip Henderson III, Mayor, Columbus, Georgia. Let's give it a big
And as you hear, this did not happen just one person with a vision that said, I want to start a new business. It did not happen just that way. It really required me to reach my hand out because I'm not from here. I want you guys to know that. I came here 2 years ago from Atlanta, and I had to partner. I had to collaborate. I had to connect with many, many people in order to bring this business to fruition. So I'm saying that out loud because I know we have entrepreneurs that are budding entrepreneurs, and they need to know that we have to work together. And so with saying that, I would like to also bring one of my dear friends and community partners. This young lady runs a dynamic wellness spa a holistic wellness spa. And when I came here to the city and I said, what do I do? How do I get myself set up? Where do I start? I reached out to her because we collaborated several years back when I was doing a book tour. And so she said, hey, my house is your house. Come on in. And so I began practicing massage right there at Breathe Holistic Health and Wellness Spa. So if you don't mind Karundi Daniels coming on up and speaking just a moment.
First of all, it's such an honor, Vasandra, first of all, to know you, to be a part of what you're doing. I'm honored to be in partner with you. Like Vasandra said, we've been knowing each other for many, many years, and she has a heart for community, she has a heart for people, she has a heart to give back and to network. I've never seen a woman who just come into a city and just now I'm asking her for some suggestions because she is just that, you know. Holistic living, you know, she was one of the first people that I reached out to when I first started my business as well, when she was in Atlanta. And it's funny how years later she come and we would just collaborate back and forth, and that's what business is about, and that's what entrepreneurship is about, and that is what community is about. It's about just really pulling in and bringing people into your bosom, as I would call it, pulling them into your bosom and just really loving on them. I've been gone for a while and I'm back, and I'll be able to collaborate even more with Vasandra. Thank you for just being who you are, and congratulations to your new space, and I cannot wait to see how you help to blossom Columbus.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Again, on behalf of Vet Fest and on behalf of Leonard Morgan, and to this wonderful woman and all that you're doing. This is so exciting to be here today just to share in this celebration of what is going to be much larger. I see the growth in the room already and your support for her. But we want to just commend you today and present to you from Vet Fest. And it is the Humanitarian Award presented to Vasandra Kennebrew with Optimal Living for your outstanding service to veterans and the community. And we want to say this: a humanitarian actively engages in promoting human welfare and social reform and has no prejudice with human suffering on grounds of gender, sexual orientation, religion, or national divisions. A humanitarian's goal is to save lives, relieve suffering, and maintain human dignity in the aftermath of natural disasters and civil unrest and the times that we currently are in. So we want to present this to you on behalf of Vet Fest for all of your amazing service and everything that you're about to do.
Yes.
Oh my God! 3, 2, 1. It has been such a pleasure sharing with you some of the things that have transpired up until this point to bring me here before you, to bring you more of Optimal Living Starts Here. So hopefully you are excited and you're ready for what's next, and you will put it on your calendar to tune in to Optimal Living Starts Here with me, Vasandra Kennebrew, your host.
Optimal living.